I thought we did some things that were really good that we needed to do. Give credit to Dwayne Stevens. He I thought did a good job scouting them, and we changed up our ball screen defense. We went under, stepped up, and kind of created some problems for them. And I mean, there were some incredible bright spots. 7 assists with 3 guys, 27 assists on 36 baskets, and some of the baskets that there weren't assists on were put back. So that was really good. We rebounded pretty well. I thought we ran better the second half than we did the first half. But a couple of the negatives were, not shooting well from the line, still some foolish turnovers, and I have a problem with a great player that I shouldn't have. But BJ is so unselfish that I'm gonna have Day call him tonight and tell him what he's got to do when he's having a decent night. And I thought he had 15 and 7, but sometimes try to set up something for him, and he's such an unselfish kid that he passing it out and passing to different people. I need to get him scoring more. I thought the way we started the game out, we went inside, we knew they were smaller, and give Trice a lot of credit. He made some great passes to Costello, who finished. I say we want to get like 15 points and 10 rebounds out of that position, and today we got 21 and 14, and smaller teams, so you should. But both him and Schilling, I thought, did some good things, and Marvin did some good things offensively, and got to improve defensively. So all in all, it was a good win for us because we told Trice we got to get him more involved in passing the ball, and I thought he did a great job. Forbes did a better job defensively. So, we made some progress against a team that didn't play as well. I thought they had some shots first half they missed too. So whatever questions you have, I'll answer them. Yeah, we did, and partly because they were smaller, but partly because we want to get to the free throw line. They didn't foul us, so we didn't get to the free throw line. But, yeah, that's what we wanted to do, and that's what we did do. And, I thought we were out rebounding them even worse, and then at the end, I think they got 4 of the last 5. But I thought our inside guys did a pretty good job. If you look at it statistically, between Costello and DJ and Schilling, they shot about 85%, so that's a positive.
I think 13 and 11 for Matt, but I believe it took him like 28 minutes before he picked up his first foul too. Did you think defensively, did he do some things that you liked to start out?
I thought Matt and Schilling, did a great job against Okafor. If you really looked at that game like I did, you'd say Okafor was 8 for 10. He didn't get as many touches. I thought they did a good job of that, but he scored on plays that weren't the Big's fault. He didn't score much. I think right now, post defense in the post, I think we're doing a pretty good job. Both those guys are. So, and to do it without fouling is pretty good. So I guess that is a plus from the last game that we did a better job, and we went to them, but they rolled harder today. We really worked on our screen and rolling, and we haven't been rolling very hard. And I think that changed the game a little bit too.
In a game like this from Brandon's rolling, do you have a number of shots you'd like to see him taking?
He didn't play. I had put him back in at the end because he had played the least amount of minutes of our starters. But I'd like to see him get 15 shots up in a game like this. He was 7 for 11, but I'd like to see him get 12, 13 rebounds, and he just when Day used to know how many rebounds he had because it was so important to him. And when he'd have 9, as Matt said, he'd almost foul a guy on purpose so the guy'd go to the line so he could make sure he gets his 10th rebound. I'm telling BJ, get in. When there's a free throw, those are your rebounds. Get him. He's on the 3rd line because I played him at the 3 some. Like I said, what I hate about him, I love about him. I mean, he's unselfish. He doesn't care about all those things, but I wish he would a little bit more.
Do you mind elaborating on just what you see from Marvin early on? He seemed poised today and kind of just confident in his offensive game.
Well, Marvin, is doing a very good job. What I was a little disappointed with, I didn't think he guarded very well today. Guys were going around him, and Offensively, I thought he was great. Defensively, it just didn't seem, I struggle with a guy that shows no emotion. And so, then when he showed emotion, it was in a negative way to a kid, which I didn't like that either, but that's not Marvin, so I'm not worried about that. I just think Marvin and Tom, they're going to be freshmen. They're going to be up and down, and we got to get him playing a little better on both ends of the court. But offensively, I thought he did a great job.
I know you had the timeout early. Denzel had a little bad stretch there, but was this a step forward for him?
It was
overall?
because he just I talked to some other coaches. There were a lot of coaches out at the Duke game, and I think different people gave me a good line for him. I told him, he's got to tighten things up. The spin dribble and almost throw it, and Forbes makes a heck of a play after, we have a different turnover on the other end or a bad shot. He's got to just tighten things up because he really is a hell of a player. So I think this was a step in the right direction. I'd like to see him get to the line a little bit more, but he gets 6 rebounds, 7 assists. He has 3 turnovers, although one of them should have probably been Bryn's, not his. And gets 10 shots. I'd like to see him get a few more shots. I'd like to see him and Dawson get 12, 13, 14 shots, and I'd like to see Trice get maybe 8 to 10, which he got 8 tonight. Made 5 of them. I thought Travis played as good as anybody. When you look at his defense was pretty good. I mean, we had our stretch where we didn't check very well, and that happens when you get 35 up. But in fairness to Loyola, I thought they missed some shots early. Watching them on film, they were shooting 55% coming in here, and doesn't matter who it's against. So they didn't play their best, and I think he was disappointed about that. But I thought Valentine, after that little incident, bounced back, and and I just got to keep him there because those things will kill us in big games.
Tom, is this the ideal sort of bounce back game from a morale standpoint coming off the loss to Duke?
I don't think our guys hung their heads after the loss to Duke. We knew we did some good things. We knew we did some bad things, and we knew we wore down. It's just great to be home. I got to be the dumbest scheduler in America. Hard games are okay, but 6 out of the first 8 on the road is not good for a young team. And these guys were excited to be home. They were excited. I think that was a plus. And so, yeah, I'm sure it helped us a little bit bouncing back, but it wasn't like we were that down about it because we know what we did wrong. We knew what we did right. We didn't deserve to win the game, but I think we had enough feel that if we would have, again, tightened up a few things, we had a shot for it to be even a better game.
Tom, when Marvin got the technical, it was Brandon that jumped on him right away. I was wondering what you thought about
Brandon
that.
did an awesome job. Go ahead.
Well, that was the other thing. When Marvin came out, you actually smiled. I'm wondering what exactly.
Well, because Marvin's a great kid, and I did that for you guys. Figured I'd break a record and do it early in the year, but he's a great kid. In fact, he's the quietest kid. If I would have lined up 12 guys that would have acted stupid, he'd have been number 12, That's what I was laughing about. But I was really impressed with Brandon because I was going to pull Marvin out time before when he threw the ball away again, and I got Kobe up, and Brandon said, Coach, leave him in there. He's got to learn how to play through it. And, my style and BJ's are a little different, I don't like guys having to learn to play through it time after time, but he is young, and I thought it was the right thing. And then when he came out, Brandon jumped him on a thing, but he jumped him in the huddle too, and that was impressive for me that we're starting to get a couple players coaching the team. That'll help us a lot.
Also on Costello, Tom, and kind of going back to last game, actually, he had that wide open 3, hesitated, took it. It didn't seem like it bothered you at all that he took that shot. I mean, where are you on him and the green light?
Well, he can shoot it, but I'm not in love with him taking threes or even 16, 17 footers. He can make them, but he can't make them he hasn't shown me where he can make them on a consistent basis. But in that one, he had it ready. He's a good enough shooter, and when it wasn't a brick or anything, it just, Matt's got some offensive skills, but it was nice to see him shoot a hook shot, attack on a roll, and go up and dunk it instead of like he did at Duke, where I don't know what that was that he threw up there. But, you know, little confidence. But the guys, as I tell players, they all want the coach to have confidence in them. They shouldn't worry about the coach. They better worry about the players have confidence. I said, we worked hard yesterday on him rolling. And I thought Trice did a great job getting it to him early, then they get some confidence because Trice had confidence in him. So, yeah, Matt did a good job tonight. You know, most of our guys did a good job tonight. It's just those couple areas that we got to shore up, and we'll just keep working on them. But I think you're going to see the competition. You know, they're in the same league as Portland last year, and I think it'll ratchet up a lot more on Monday night, and that's nothing against Loyola, because I don't think they played as well as they've been playing. So Porter thought that, you know, they come into big arenas and things go a little different. I thought they missed some shots early, but all in all, we got a good win. It's on to the Snow Bowl tomorrow, and hopefully we get a big win there. Anything else? Thank you.